You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Black and white sports fans, let's talk about the NBA here. As you guys know, James Harden is now a Philadelphia 76er, and he plays alongside Joel Embiid. And with James Harden in the lineup with the Sixers, they are actually undefeated, and I believe they are 8-2 since the trade for James Harden. However, guys, there's been some kind of an outlandish comparison comparing Joel Embiid and James Harden to Shaq and Kobe. People are actually trying to compare them as in it's Shaq and Kobe. Now, this is just completely mind-boggling, folks. Shaq and Kobe are roughly in the top 10 players of all time in that conversation. Where you have them doesn't really matter. Do you have them in the top 10 or roughly top 15? They're top 15 at worst together. Okay, top 15 all time at worst. James Harden, Joel Embiid are nowhere near the top 10 players of all time. Now, James Harden, he's had a tremendous career. He's going to go to the Hall of Fame. Joel Embiid is a very good player too. But I believe this is completely ludicrous to compare James Harden and Joel Embiid, who haven't even played 10 games together, to Shaq and Kobe, who played 8 years together and won 3 NBA titles, 3 in a row. Even Shaquille O'Neal thinks this is absolutely ludicrous, folks. Check this out on Lakers Daily. Shaquille O'Neal goes off on those comparing James Harden and Joel Embiid to him and Kobe Bryant. Folks, I know it's been a very, very long time. It's been almost 20 years since the Lakers actually three-peated. But man, you cannot forget how great Shaq and Kobe were together. To put them in the same conversation with James Harden and Joel Embiid is completely disrespectful. I believe it is. But let's read some of this, guys. Los Angeles Lakers legend Shaquille O'Neal sounded off on people that are comparing the duo of himself and Kobe Bryant to the Philadelphia 76ers current duo of James Harden and Joel Embiid. O'Neal spoke to Anthony Spice Adams on the Bit Podcast with Shaq, and he explained that Harden and Embiid are nowhere close to him and Bryant, as the Lakers duo won 3 out of 4 NBA finals. Shaq says this, quote, "No," O'Neal said when asked if they are comparable. "No, hell no, not after 1 year. Me and Kobe had 8 years of damage together. Not even close. Stop it. Listen, no, hell no, and wow." He said, "Fuck no." I completely agree with Shaquille O'Neal. And it even mentions here, Harden and Embiid haven't even played 10 games together, so it makes sense that O'Neal is pumping the brakes on comparing them to him and Bryant. Now, I would even go closer to this, man. When you think of other duos in NBA history, Joel Embiid and James Harden, they aren't even Hakeem Olajuwon and Clyde Drexler. Hakeem Olajuwon and Clyde Drexler actually won a title together. They did. When you think of other big men and two guards, like Moses Malone and the great Dr. J, I'm not even comparing them to them. This is insane. If anybody thinks that this is a comparable, man, this is utterly ridiculous here. It says here, O'Neal and Bryant are both Hall of Famers. O'Neal was dominant in his 8 seasons with Los Angeles. Over that stretch, O'Neal averaged 27 points, 11.8 rebounds per game. While he and Bryant didn't play their entire careers together, Bryant stayed in Los Angeles and brought 2 more titles back to the Lakers franchise. Yes, so total, O'Neal and Kobe brought a grand total of 5 NBA titles to the Lakers. Now, I know Shaq wasn't there for the last 2, but that's 5 titles. Joel Embiid and James Harden they've been there for a hot second. Guess we have to see what they're actually going to do, but not many people are watching the NBA. Rhodes actually put up the ratings video. Those ratings are trash. Lastly here, it says, for his career, Kobe averaged 25 points, 5.2 rebounds, and 4.7 assists per game, while shooting 44.7% from the field and 32.9% from beyond the arc. And back in Kobe's day, They didn't really take the 3-point shot as much. They just didn't. But what do you guys think of this? This is completely insanity, guys, that anybody would think that James Harden and Joel Embiid are Shaq and Kobe. This is insane. We've seen what James Harden have done in the NBA Finals. Remember, he was there with the Oklahoma City Thunder. He was a no-show in the NBA Finals. He was absolutely horrible. Whereas Shaquille O'Neal was so dominant in 2000. He was the MVP. He won 3 straight Finals MVPs. And that second title, the Lakers only lost, I should say, 1 playoff game total when Allen Iverson won game 1 of the NBA Finals in 2002. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, this is pure insanity, guys. Pure insanity. Joel Embiid and James Harden, I think even if they win a title, they will never, ever be Shaq and Kobe. Anyway, guys, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to Black and White Sports, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.